From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update.
Hello, I'm Jeremy Jenkins, and this is your News 8 Daily 8 podcast for Thursday, March 28th. We begin with raging violence in the Circle City. IMPD says one person is dead, 2 boys are injured after a shooting on the west side. It happened around 11:20 last night at the Marywood Mobile Home Community that's near North Raceway Road. Police say they found a man dead in a vehicle. They're not sure about his age. They tell us the 2 juveniles were found shot in a mobile home. At last check, both are stable at Eskenazi Hospital. Police have not released their ages or details about what led up to the shooting. A few hours earlier, a young girl was wounded in a shooting at the Villages at Mill Crossing Apartments. That's near East 38th and North Sherman Drive. Officers say they believe there was at least one adult inside the home when the gun went off. Police are trying to figure out what led up to that shooting, but officers say they are seeing a pattern in these types of crimes.
And you see me time and time again when we talk about firearms in the home or people who should not have a firearm, and so it's certainly disturbing.
Back in November, a 13-year-old was shot and killed at that same apartment complex. The case is still under investigation. Let's talk politics. Last night was a big one here at Wish TV. We hosted the 5 Republican candidates for governor at the iconic Madam Walker Theater. News 8's Phil Sanchez and April Simpson took your questions and concerns to those candidates during a 90-minute debate. Our Hernan Gutierrez has the highlights and key moments.
The candidates were asked about a range of topics like religious freedom, the state's diversity and inclusion efforts, and public safety. Despite some attacks at each other, the candidates backed many of the same ideas. All 5 support Indiana's ban on abortion, the decision to send the National Guard to the southern border, and putting an emphasis on trade school and other life skills in education. One major difference was their stance on the state's income tax. Current Lieutenant Governor Suzanne Crouch is promising to eliminate the income tax, while Mike Braun, Brad Chambers, Eric Doden, and Curtis Hill all say the state needs the money generated by that tax.
There's nobody in this room that wants to pay taxes, but the reality is that we have services that are necessary that provide revenue.
And that way we can fix education with a growing economy, and government can actually be smaller and taxes can then go down. You cannot cut your way to success here.
We have an opportunity to put thousands of dollars back into your pockets every single year. Now, my opponents say we can't do it.
You have to work with the General Assembly to make sure that you have an appropriate, fiscally responsible method of lowering taxes going forward.
Property taxes would be what we hear most about, and why didn't we do something to keep the lid on them when they were killing people over the last couple years?
You have until April 8th to register to vote in the primary. Early voting starts the next day, April 9th. The primary is May 7th. If you missed last night's debate, take your phone out and scan that QR code on your screen. It'll take you to our As Seen On section of Wish TV, where you can find the full broadcast. I'm Hernan Gutierrez for Wish TV, wishtv.com, or follow us on Facebook for updates.
In Baltimore, authorities say the search and rescue mission has turned into recovery efforts following Tuesday's bridge collapse. Divers discovered the bodies of 2 construction workers, one from Mexico, the other from Guatemala. They were found in a pickup truck sitting about 25 feet underwater. Efforts to find the other 4 victims, who are presumed dead, have been put on hold. Maryland State Police say vehicles, concrete, and other debris are making conditions dangerous for divers. While the community is mourning the loss, officials are also looking ahead at the economic impact.
We lost lives, and that's what matters more than anybody's paycheck. But again, the whole state of Maryland's economy is hinged on the Port of Baltimore.
Maryland Senator Ben Cardin says officials are working on plans for a temporary replacement bridge. Time to talk sports. The Pacers are hoping for better luck after a rough night in Chicago. Andrew Nembhard scored 18 points against the Bulls last night, but it seemed to be a really off night for the rest of the team. The Bulls beat the Pacers 125-99. Tomorrow night, the Pacers will take on the Lakers back home at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. When it comes to the weather, it's been a breezy week, but Storm Track 8 says today will bring some sunshine and warmer temperatures. Marcus Bailey has your News 8 Daily 8 forecast.
It is frosty, especially if you park your car outside. You're going to need to scrape here. But it is crystal clear. We're about 90 minutes away from daybreak. We will get a lot of sunshine heading our way when we get to that point. 29 degrees now, southwest wind at 3. So very light, just a little bit of a separation. Wind chills right now are into the mid-20s. Pretty much the entire state, at least into the mid-20s. Some areas are into the upper 20s. Madison at 28, French Lick at 29. Terre Haute and Washington at 30 degrees. We're 5 to 10 degrees colder than this time yesterday morning. And then, of course, yesterday we were, 15 to 20 degrees colder than the previous morning. So it's been a significant decline over the last 48 hours. Clear skies overhead. There is a little bit of cloud cover that I'm watching back toward Iowa and Illinois. We may see some of those clouds kind of creeping in later this afternoon. But I think sunshine will likely be the rule for today. 46 by lunchtime, which was our high yesterday. So we'll blow past that. 52 at 2 o'clock. And then I'm going to go with a high of 56 later on this afternoon. That is very close to where we should be for this time of year. Average high for late March, typically around 57. So par for the course. I think we're even warmer heading into your Good Friday and into the holiday weekend. But I have several rain opportunities heading into Easter weekend. Not a wash, but something you're going to want to pay attention to if you do have some outdoor plans. We'll time it out in my 8-day forecast coming your way in just a few minutes.
To get a peek at the full forecast, just head over to wishtv.com, or you can download the Wish TV Storm Track 8 app. And don't forget to check out our Storm Track 8 weather blogs. If you're looking ahead for weekend plans, Cirque Italia is performing at the Greenwood Park Mall. The Traveling Water Circus will have its first show of the weekend today at 7:30. Organizers say there are thrilling performances above 35,000 gallons of water. Tickets range between $15 to $60. And the best part, kiddos under 12 get in for free. This has been your News 8 Daily 8 podcast for Thursday, March 28th. I'm Jeremy Jenkins for Wish TV, wishtv.com, or follow us on Facebook for updates.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update on demand. For even more, on demand and on the go. Connect with Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening. And be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.